Hello, Ruthie. Welcome. Hey, Darlene. Good morning to you. Haven't seen you in a while. Hi, Carolyn. Good morning. Have you ever been to one of our lives before, Ruthie? If you have, you'll know I'm all about the queen in here. I can't help it. I call her my queen. I'm a Texan and born and raised in Texas, but I dearly love the British and all their wonderful celebrations they have. I talk about them a lot. I can't help it. I love them. So, how's everybody doing this morning? It's it's kind of chilly here. It started off in the 40s. Oh, well, Carolyn, yeah. Oh, great, Ruthie. Great. That's nice to hear. Um, we're going to have a nice sunny day, Carolyn. Right now it's 58, but this morning it was in the 40s. Grace, good morning to you. Here's Miss Key up here, y'all. I don't know why she thinks she and I both can fit on this bench, but we cannot. It's Darlene, we had a couple of days that were, you know, rainy. Y'all look, here's Miss Key. That's it. Oh, big girl, you got to get down. Oh, she stuck to me. She stuck. Okay. Tell you, it is a madhouse around here with all the animals. Anyway, we had lots and lots of cold, chilly weather. Winter's trying to hang on and spring's pushing in, and that's what the problem is. And that causes an awful lot of sinus problems, people having problems with their sinuses. And I have to take an allergy pill every morning or I cannot breathe. And I can't stand the sniffing that I do. I've noticed it in one of my videos. It was horrible. Y'all should tell me when I'm doing that too much. So I maybe stop that. I can't help it. Good morning, Joy. It's good to see you this morning. I don't have any plans for this afternoon. I think I'm going to go work next door in the house and see what I can get accomplished. I've almost got one bedroom complete. I painted all the walls and I painted the baseboards the other day. All I have to do is sand the trim that goes on the ceiling, well, next to the ceiling and the wall, that whatever that trim's called. I got to sand that off and paint that and then put that back up. And then I got to paint inside the closet and I'll be done with that room. Sounds like it was an awful lot, doesn't it? But that room was abused like you would not believe. No, Miss Key, no. Good grief. Get down, get down, get down. Oh my gosh, y'all. Yeah, Carolyn, it's rough. Well, yeah, I've got room on this other side over here, but she keeps jumping up on the side I don't want her on. She keeps doing that, and I just don't want her up here this morning. No, Miss Key, no. I tell you. Darlene, my rose bush, I looked at it yesterday, and it is loaded in leaves and things. So I'm excited because I think, get down, Miss Key. You must get down. You must get down. Anyway, I think I'm going to probably have some beautiful blooms on it this year. I'm really excited. It is practically covered that lattice that I have it on. and it's looking great. So we had lots of rain for it, and now it's going to show off and have lots of leaves. Oh, I can't wait. That'll be so pretty. Hot pink in clusters of 7. Good morning, Carol. Lots of rain, huh? Well, come July, August, we're going to wish for all this rain, that's for sure. Since Brian repaired the roof next door, hopefully, I keep going over there and looking to see if there's any indication that the roof is not going to work since he repaired that broken place in it or whatever's causing it. So I keep waiting so I can go check it out. I hope it works. If not, I still have some more of that cover. Julie, good morning to you. No, ma'am. The fires in Texas are up in the Panhandle. That's quite a ways from me. Of course, you never know with fires. I mean, they have already spread into Oklahoma now. And I think there's another state that's having a lot of fire. I'm thinking it's Nebraska, but I'm not sure of that. But it's the second largest fire that Texas has ever had. So it's absolutely destroyed thousands and thousands of acres. And it's so sad. People have lost their businesses, they've lost their homes, they've lost animals. That hurts my heart to think about that, y'all. Cattle, excuse me, they've lost their cattle. I know, Julie, me too. That's so sad. Goodness. Bless their hearts. Everything they had, absolutely gone. I know, Julie. Carol, me too. It breaks my heart. It's terrible. And they had all the cattle, y'all. I don't even like talking about it. I mean, that's millions and millions of dollars that are lost forever. Hey, Cindy, I was just talking about Oklahoma. Are you having any fire problems up there? I hope I've got the right Cindy in Oklahoma. I'm almost positive it's you. We were talking about the fires in Texas that have spread to Oklahoma. Oh, yeah, Julie. Thousands of herds of cattle and horses and goats and sheep and yep, Cindy. I knew I had the right Oklahoma girl. Good morning, Shirley. I hope y'all are all doing well this morning. I'm waiting. I don't see my moderators yet. I don't see Diane and Susan. But I did start a little bit early this morning. I started, almost 10 minutes ago. Oh, there's Susan. Good grief. I didn't know you were in here, Susan. Hey, Blue Rose. Good morning to you. It's good to see you here. Yeah, there's Susan. Didn't know she was here. She just got there. Tizzy Dawn. My gosh, girl, I have not seen you in ages. Okay, Susan, got you. You're a busy lady, and I appreciate your coming in here and taking the time to be a moderator here. Tizzy, how are you doing? Oh my gosh, I know it's been a year since I've seen you. It's just a terrible it's terrible fire for sure. Absolutely. You know, think of all those poor people's everything they own. Ah, new grandkids, huh? Hello, Jean. Good morning to you, my friend. It's good to see you. Okay, Ruthie, thank you for coming. I appreciate you. Hope to see you again. New grandkids. How many new grandkids you got, Tizzy? Y'all, I worked Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Oh, two great grandkids. Yeah, Julie. It's terrible. It's terrible. Loss of property, loss of lives, loss of livestock, animals. I just good morning, Peely. Peggy. Good morning. Now y'all see why I was absolutely a crazy idiot when I thought my woods back here were on fire or his woods were on fire. No wonder. I mean, it was all of a sudden there were just flames everywhere. And I had strangers coming up in the driveway, um, saying, "Your woods are on fire back there. Hi, Rambling Rose. Good to see you this morning. Taking off from making your soaps this morning to join us, and I thank you so much. It's always good to see you." But y'all, yeah, my house burned in 1986, and we lost everything we had. And I mean, when you see now at my age and out here in the country, and you see the whole woods on fire back there, naturally you're going to be upset. Good morning, Diane. We're just talking about you. 6 grandchildren and 2 great grandchildren. Oh, nice. What? What? uh, Rambling Rose, what's the temperature where you are? It's still too cold right here. Diane, you're a nutcase. You Rambling Rose, you a busy bee, aren't you? You're always making something. Yeah, she's a doll, Diane is. She sure is. Well, that nutcase said it was a controlled burn that he was doing, but bipolar. Yep. Same thing here, Tizzy. It is it's 60 degrees here already. Oh, nice, Rose. Ohio. I've never been to Ohio. Ohio. I'm not going to do plant any more veggies. I did that, and the water bill, y'all, I could have gone down and bought all the veggies I wanted for what it cost. Yeah, it was in the 40s this morning, Cindy. But y'all, we had a few. Let's see, I think it was last week. We had a 90-degree day. I know, Darlene. That you would think that's the way it is here too, isn't it? But apparently, depending on who you are, you can burn any darn time you want to. They do not follow the law, and the law was out here and didn't follow what the rules are. That it just I'm so frustrated. Oh, Rose, really? You hadn't been home since, huh? Julie, we haven't had a whole lot of humidity yet, and we, like I said, we did have some 90-degree days. Um, I hear a donkey. I think that's called baying. I'm not sure. There's a donkey across the street from me. Yeah, it is, Julie. This is the time winter's going out and spring is coming in. Fort Worth, Texas. My Rambling Rose Brian goes to Fort Worth often. He really does. Dallas and Fort Worth quite often, pretty much every week. Well, I like the spring. I do. But a couple of days ago, I started doing a video because I hadn't done one in so long. So I was showing y'all that the pear trees, flowering pear trees, are starting to bloom, and they're not. At that time, they weren't totally bloomed, totally in bloom, but they were starting. And I was walking around the yard with my camera, talking into it and showing you the trees, and all of a sudden Brian called me on the phone and it totally cut that video out. But I'd rather thank you, Susan, you're a sweetheart. I loves you. um I'd rather talk to Brian than make a video anyway, but still I was trying to make a video. I bet, Rose. Well, now, Julie, I'm going to do it. It's soon. I keep saying that. Good morning, Nelda. Nelda, how are you? It's good to see you today. Um, it's just that I'm working at least 3 days a week at Brian's, and then I have to work next door in that house over there. Thank you, Julie. And then, I got all these animals, and once in a while I have to vacuum my own house. Not very often, but when I can. And y'all, I'm slowing down. I've got to figure, I have to understand there that I'm not 50 years old anymore and can do anything I want to. I'm slowing down. And what used to take me only an hour or so takes me 3 days. Y'all, Blue Rose Ramblings and Rambling Rose both have channels, and they make videos if y'all want to go and check them out after we're done here today. But they would, I'm sure, appreciate the fact that you go over and give them a little thumbs up on their videos, because they make interesting videos. Both of those ladies do. I forgot that you had a bunch of livestock, Diane. Well, you're welcome, Blue Rose. Marcia, that's a lot to read. I was reading all of that. I love I love coffees that have caramel in them as well. I know it, Cindy. you know, that I I I had a accident in my garden a couple of years ago, and I laid out on the ground. I was in so much pain, I could not get up. I had hurt my back something awful. I had twisted trying to lift something that was too heavy for me to lift. Y'all, I seem to not be able to get it in my brain that I am 70 something years old. In my brain, I'm 40 or 30, you know? I think I can do all this. And I had tried to lift something and I heard a pop in my back and I went down to the ground. And I lay there on the ground thinking, what am I going to do? Because I don't have a life alert thingy either. But here's what I did, y'all. I got to thinking. I know, Diane, and I'm in that back in that patio, and nobody from the road can hear me, and nobody can hear. Oh, Marcia, that's great, wonderful, excellent. Nobody can see me, nobody can hear me. The only thing that I could think of is if I keep laying here, the fire ants are going to get me. And I couldn't stand the thought. And I dragged myself across the ground and got myself up the steps in the house. I know, Ringling Rose, me too. My mind still thinks in the 30s that I'm 30. Yeah, because if I had kept laying there, those fire ants would have got me. That's for sure, and I couldn't stand it. Good morning, Sharon. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate y'all so much. So anyway, I when I'm going outside to work and do anything heavy, Kathy, persevering daily, y'all. There's Kathy. I'm so glad to see you. I just thought about you yesterday. I went by your channel. I wanted to see if you'd made any videos or anything. Didn't see any, and there you are. It's great to see you. Always is great to see you. No, Cindy, they couldn't. You're like me. You're off the main path, and I'm up on a hill. Nobody knows half the time. Don't even know there's a house up here. Oh yeah, Blue Rose. If we think younger than we really are, we can accomplish a whole lot more. Oh, good. Kathy, that's great, y'all. That Persevering Daily is Kathy. She's got a channel too. Go check her out. She's a darling. I got an awful lot of ideas from her backyard. I love looking at her backyard, and she's got one video, and I asked her to do it, and bless her heart, she did. I wanted her to go around her garden and show us every darn thing that's back there. And boy, does she have some stuff. But it's the way she positions things. It's not just a bunch of clutter stuff. She's got tucked in little gnome houses and things up under shrubs. It's so darn interesting. I love to watch it. All kinds of beautiful things she has back there. Okay, thank you, Marcia. Enjoy your coffee, dear. Oh gosh, Blue Rose. Well, I'm glad you're doing better. Good, Carol. Yeah. Persevering Daily, Blue Rose Ramblings, and Rambling Rose Cottage. I love my YouTube channel makers that come in so that I can tell y'all about them. Oh, it doesn't. Y'all, read what Susan Scott just said. Life Alert does not have fall protection, and it's $50 a month. Oh, shoot. Here's one thing. Here's one thing. If you're going to go outside, if you don't have pockets or something you could put your cell phone in, get yourself one of those carpenter's aprons. You know what I'm talking about? They go around your, I've got one. They go around your waist and tight, and they've got pockets in the front, and you put your cell phone in that pocket when you're working. Now that's and the pockets are such that your cell phone, even if you're bending over, is not going to fall out on the ground and you're not going to lose it. It's good in there. But that way you've got that phone right up against your belly. And if you fall, you can reach in there and get that thing and call for help because yes, Diane, and I've got one. You know what I'm talking about? They're carpenter's belts. They're usually black. They're about this long and about this wide, and they've got usually 3 or 4 pockets sewn in the front, and they tie around the back. And put your cell phone in that thing, and maybe your keys or what. No, Marcia, I do not. Ooh, yes, Diane, Home Depot has them. Everybody get one. Look, you don't have to get an ugly one. Get yourself a pretty one. Go look on Temu or Amazon and get one with flowers. That's good too, LLG. Thank you very much. Absolutely. A fanny pack, y'all. Yeah, they're little aprons, little short aprons. They're only about this deep, you know. Hello, Paula. Thank you so much. Y'all, Paula is from Portugal. Well, welcome. Welcome to Texas, Paula. Texas and the UK. I don't see our friend Jackie here today. Yep, Darlene, they're little aprons that you could tie on, but LL Jean just mentioned a fanny pack. Fanny pack. Y'all remember these? So it's got enough pockets in it that you can put your phone, your keys, whatever you need in there, and it just goes right around you, just as good as the apron. Get a little fanny pack. You can find those everywhere. And I know I've got my carpenter's apron over there too. Yeah, me too, Persevering Daily. Kathy. Oh, I don't know her, Blue Rose. Anna's mobile home. Apparently, she's got a channel and does videos. I see you, pancreatic issues. Oh my goodness. Hi, Becky. Good morning to you. Okay, Blue Rose. Absolutely. I'll put her in my prayers. You bet. Bless her heart. Thank you, Marcia. Yeah, it's getting long, isn't it? Sure is. This is just the front part. That long part is back in the back. Really, Shirley? Well, I'm glad you decided to come in and come in with the live. Yeah. Kath, Cindy, do you sew? You can make you a little apron. I'm going to look on Temu and see if they've got a little decorative apron. Oh, okay, Blue Rose. Okay. Well, y'all, let me tell you, I've been pulling my hair back in one of those little oh, it's not a straight rubber thing. I don't know what they call, shoot. Anyway, I've been pulling it back in a low ponytail. And last night my head was so sore I could barely lay on my head. Yeah, Cindy, make one. Then show us. Show us a picture. Scrunchy. That's it, Susan. Doggone Susan. She is a wealth of information, that girl. She and LL Jean both. I'm telling you, if you don't know a word, they'll figure it out. South Dakota. I've been to South Dakota. I've been to North Dakota. Furthest I've gone that way is Washington. You can't go any further. But I can start to say I've never been to the East, but I have. Cindy, I have a permanent indention on this side. Had I known, I would never have gotten glasses with metal little arms on them, whatever you call those things, y'all know. I would have gotten plastic. I've been there 3 times back in there to get them to adjust. This one on this side mashes in, and for some reason, the other one's fine. It's like that. But they work. She goes off in another room, and then she comes back and puts them on you. Well, because you've got some relief, you've taken them off, she's gone off with them, and then put them back on. It doesn't hurt you right then. It's not until you get in the car or you get home that you realize it's still mashing in your head. And I've got a little indention over here. I really do. And sometimes I can only wear them for a few hours, and then I have to take them off because they hurt me so bad and I get a headache. Had I known, y'all don't ever, ever, ever get you glasses with these metal arms. Get plastic, because they heat them up with those little beads, little hot beads, but they can't bend the metal. And I wish I had known that. They gave me my prescription, and I'm thinking about seeing about getting another pair of glasses online, but not at that place anymore. Now my nose is running. Golly bum, y'all. No, Becky, it's Panhandle, the Panhandle of Texas. That's good. Good ways from me, for sure. I didn't know that, Carol. I did not know that. We've got a lot of widows in here. Paula, Carol, I'm sorry for your loss. I know it. Boy, do I know it. Yeah, Kathy. You know, we don't have a Costco here. Yeah, maybe, LL Jean. I need to go and see about that because, here's the thing. There's some places you can order online if you've got your prescription, and I do have it, but I can't figure it out to save my life. But however, I'm not the eye doctor, so I'm not supposed to figure that one out. Really, Carol? Oh gosh, I hope not. Y'all, if you look at, I'm sorry about my nose, y'all. It's not running, it's itching. Now it's itching. I've got somebody that apparently works with or something, an eyeglass, no, a wig company. And she wants me to, I guess, they're going to send me a wig or wants to send me a wig or whatever the heck, and do a video. And I'm debating on whether to contact her or not. She just put that in a comment last week, and I have not answered her. I don't. Here's the thing. Y'all know I've got some wigs. I like wigs, but I'm not going to wear them. I'm not. The only thing I would do if they sent me a wig and then I make a video out of it, um, and then take it off and put it in a box because I'm not going to wear it. It's a pain in the butt. And I don't want to wear it. Excuse me. I should have said neck. It's a pain in the neck. But anyway, I think it's too much trouble for the fact that I'm not going to wear one anyway. I thought about that the other day. My various wigs, y'all, I've got one that looks like, those clown wigs they used to have with the big afro curls. I've got one of those. Ha! Yep. Prayers for people in the panhandle. Oh, I am awake. 5 weeks ago. Oh, honey. Blue Rose? Yeah, oh, yeah. When I used to work years ago, I wore a wig just about every single day. They're not going to pay me at all, Paula. They're not going to pay me. They consider it they send me the wig and I do a video on it, which is quite time consuming, and they consider the wig as payment. So see, I don't get paid. I'm awake. We have a lot of widows in this group, a lot. Hi, Carol. I was just looking at a card you sent to me, Carol. You're in Florida. There's your card. I was just looking at that this morning, and here you are. I'm awake. I hope that you will join us often because you're going to find some beautiful, kind, and loving people in this community, and they would embrace you and maybe help you in some way. If it's not just all getting together and talking, sometimes that's what we need, especially those of us who don't have a lot of family around like me. I have my son, but he's not here all the time. So that's a long time, Carol. So we have sort of a little club here, I guess you would say, and just helping. I know you do. I know you need all you get. I know it. Oh my gosh, Carol, that's so young. My Bobby was 79. 79. It doesn't, matter young or much older. A loss is a loss, Yes, Carol, that's the same as what I was thinking. Any age is too young. We're never prepared for that. Nope, never prepared. But we're not just widows in here, no. Um, just a lot of ladies. Now I don't have a whole lot of fellas in here. I have a few, but they don't come very often. Full of friends. That's right, Carol. Full of friends. That's very nice, Ella Jane. Yes, Blue Rose. Oh, y'all are so sweet today. Well, you're sweet all the time, but especially today. Now, see, someone came in and her heart is hurting, and y'all stepped up to the plate like you normally do. And maybe in some way you have helped this lady go along with her day. And then possibly will come back again and join us. I hope you do. Because actually that's kind of what we're about. We're not about putting other people down. We're not about a channel that is doom and gloom all the time, or that makes fun of other people. We're not about that. We're about having fun and laughing and sharing and caring about other people. I hope that's what we're about. That's what I would like us to be about. So that's great. Oh, thank you, Kathy. You're just a darling. Now, y'all don't forget to go look at Kathy's yard. Now, there's that. She made that. Kathy, I can't remember the name of the video. I specifically requested that, y'all, and she got out there and did it. And it took her a long time to make that video where she shows everything in her yard. Yep, there are a lot of people, single women, and a lot of widows that have channels. I mean, it just seemed like, when my Bobby passed away, I did not make this channel. Well, of course it is. Kathy, mine is too, but you've gone through winter and it's going to be beautiful once you get out there and work in it. It'll be beautiful again. You make some more videos. But anyway, I don't know why I did this. Oh, Carol, that's sweet. I mean it. All are welcome here unless you're a creep. Really, Darlene? How nice. Well, tell him thank you, and I hope both of y'all continue to do excellent and never have to go through anything unpleasant like that again. Anyway, I didn't start my channel because I was a widow. I mean, I was a widow, but that wasn't my specific reason for doing it. I don't know. I think I wanted to kind of, how we all want to leave some kind of legacy. We all want to think about it. Thank you, Carol. That's sweet. We all want to leave something for someone else. And I don't have a whole lot of money, so I can't leave that. But I can leave my videos for my son, maybe my daughter, my grandchildren. One of these days can sit down and watch my videos, and they learn a lot about me that they never knew. I mean, there really is. And they see what I thought about things, whether I like them and I don't like them, or what, just my life. And I've told a lot of stuff about when I was younger and things. That's nice, Darlene. Tell him hello from me, okay? But that is, I think, was my major thing. Ah, Kimberly, that's sweet. That's very sweet. That's exactly right, Kathy. It's a video diary you go back and some days when I'm gone, my videos will still be on YouTube. I won't, but they will, and they can go and I've got some private videos that I haven't never made public, um, but I've written d now here's something I've done. I have written down, uh, in an envelope, a manila envelope, every, bill I have, the name of it, the address of it, how much I pay per month, and my password to their online account, the whole thing, so that all Brian has to do is refer to that list when he needs to take care of things. Yeah, thanks, Cindy. That's great. Widow channels, yeah. Oh, Paula. Yeah, I had that little plaque made for his garden. Becky, that's why I try not to tell some bad things. You know, everybody's got bad things. Everybody's got bad memories, and some are really bad. Little Jean, yes. It blew off my head at the intersection in front of the courthouse of all things. Oh my God. Oh, now. Yeah, I love that though. Yeah, Blue Rose. Yeah, I wrote down all the passwords and everything else so that all he has to do is go in there and take care of that. And, you know, although let me tell you, he's smart enough about computers and stuff like that. He could figure that out, but I made it easy for him. But I hope I have left some good video. We got to laugh at ourselves sometimes, y'all. And so I hope he has. Ah, I would love that, Cindy. Gosh, you're just a well, you're several hundred miles away, but Texas and Oklahoma are neighbors. But boy, howdy, it's still a lot of space in between. I wish we could, you know what? I wish we could have a meetup type thing. I know people do those, you know, wouldn't that be fun? But man, it would be difficult for everybody to find a, a good place to all meet up. Hi, Connie. Good morning. No, you didn't miss anything. Yeah, Kathy, right. Carol. Yeah. I've got two, actually, 2 week stories. One where I dropped it blew off and rolled down the street in a, I mean, it was busy. Down by the beach. Good morning to you, my dear. Good to see you. And then one was the first wig that I bought from a Facebook ad. And I think it's the very first video I made, the very first one. No, the very first one was my kitchen. Showed off my kitchen, and I'm yelling and screaming like I'm doing now. I didn't know. I mean, I'm in there going, I bought this right here at a garage sale and repainted it and fixed it myself. I did, you know, I had no idea that the microphone will pick up sound without screaming and yelling. And also, when I was making my first videos, y'all, I didn't know how to edit anything. I thought once you turn that thing on, you got to keep talking. You got to keep going. Even if you screw up, you got to keep going. Oh, you didn't know either, Kathy? And now I've learned how to edit. And so there's a lot of stuff that I have to edit, but I was nervous. Oh, Lord, I was nervous. Okay, Darlene, good to see you. Have a good weekend. Yeah, Carol, absolutely. Well, do it, Rambling Rose. Do your bloopers. You saw me. I've done some bloopers before. I'm walking into the kitchen and, okay, Kathy, I can't even tell you how good it was to see you today, Kathy. Thank you so much for coming in. Love you. Susan, I don't yeah, but Susan, you're a church going lady, and so you've got to have certain outfits and stuff that you wear to church, probably that you have laundered. Take care, Kathy. She's such a sweetheart. She doesn't live very far from me, y'all. I mean, it would be a several hours, of course, to go to where she is, but still, she's the closest one I know that lives near me that has a channel is also. So, anyway, boy, I tell you, doing videos, it's a lot of fun sometimes, but it's a lot of work. You do? Oh, Susan, then you got mad at me the last, y'all remember the last live I did? And I said, I think when you go to church, you ought to dress your best. You ought to wear, you know, put your best clothes on there. Susan's telling me she wears scrub pants and a t-shirt to church. That's you. You do what you want. I am, my mind is old fashioned. It is. It's old fashioned. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Somebody said it's not what you wear to church, it's the fact that you go to church. That's what matters, that you go. And I said, I used to say, well, my church is wherever I want it to be. If I want to get out under my big old umbrella tree back here, that's my church. But, I'm pretty impressed by the fact that you are an elder in your church. I know that. I know that's a fact. Okay, Carol, welcome back. We got 34 folks in here and we've got 21 likes, and I thank you very much for that. So, if I can muster up the want to do, I probably will go next door over there and start working in that house. See what I need to do, which is a heck of a lot, but it's taken me a while, y'all, but slowly by surely, I've got one room almost totally done, and then I'll go to the next. I just had a lot to do. This is true, Rambling Rose. Church is anywhere you decide to be, that you invite God to spend time with you. I like that. That's right. That's why I love my garden so much out there, y'all. I could go out there and sit on my patio and see all my beautiful cats, especially during the spring and summer. They like to lay out there and sleep. And I absolutely love it. And see my plants. And thanks to Darlene, I have some plants now that she sent me from Georgia. And I can't wait till my rose bush blooms, y'all. She sent a little stick like this. And I planted that thing. And now that thing has totally covered my lattice in the back, and I can't wait. She said they're pink flowers in clusters of 7. Won't that be pretty? I can't wait to see it. Sharon, the garden is the most peaceful place, and you don't think about anything else. Oh, good idea, Joy. Absolutely. But you go out there. I know, Rose. I love roses. JB, good morning to you. Magnolia, Texas. Well, well, well. Another Texan in the house. It is good to see you today. I got my water, not my coffee. See my cup? Let's see if I don't know if y'all can see the pretty designs on it. Can't very well. Oh, Ella Jean. I agree. Mine too, Diana. I remember oh shoot, y'all, what's her name? This female singer. I come to the garden alone. I come to the garden alone while the dew is still on the roses. I love that song. Thank you, JB. Diane, okay. Have a good day, girl. I see you. Thank you for coming in today. I appreciate you. That's my favorite too, Diana. But I used to say I wanted that played at my funeral, but I'm not going to have a funeral. Don't need a funeral. I'm not putting any more money on my son than's necessary for me. Besides that, y'all, pretty much everybody around here that's my age that knew me back then has all died. And so who would come to the funeral? Just Brian sitting on the front row? I mean, come on. There's nobody to come to a funeral anymore unless you have great big family. Ramblin' Rose, I love that. I just love that song. Gulf Coast Granny, hey girl, you're funny. Sharon and Ern. Oh, LL Jean, I love you. It is so good to see you, Gulf Coast Granny. It really is. Your name is hard for me to say. For some reason, my mouth gets all twisted up when I'm just gonna call you Granny if you don't mind, unless you have something else you'd rather me call you. But for some reason, I have a hard time saying that. Okie dokie. That's hilarious. I still have, it's not an urn, it's a box. Bobby's ashes are in a box, and it's in my little suitcase over there that Brian bought me to put that in, along with his knife and his wallet and his glasses and his keys and all the little things that he had on him on a daily basis are all in that little suitcase. But I'm wanting to go now and scatter his ashes. I see no reason for me to keep them in that box in my living room. What do y'all think about that? I know that a lot of people scatter ashes, like to their favorite place, but here comes Pumpkinhead. God, here she comes. Come on if you want to come. Come on if you want to come over here, and I'll show them. I'll show you them, or show them to you. Okay, go on then. But anyway, Brian used to have Bobby and me over to his house during the spring and summer, and he would do a barbecue. And he's just wonderful at barbecuing ribs. And we'd go down there, and he's got this one. Hi, Mindy. Oh, well, it's good for you to join us today. And I hear you, Kimberly. Okay, Carol, me too. So, uh, we would go to Brian's, and he's got this beautiful back porch that's covered. It's got ceiling fans on it, and it overlooks the woods. Beautiful woods. And now he's got that big old pond out there, and that pond has a fountain that he's made, y'all. And it is so beautiful. And Bobby and I used to go down there, and we would be at his barbecue, and he would, have great food, and we'd sit and we'd overlook this woods. And Bobby loved that. And I have so many pictures, y'all, of Bobby sitting or looking out over these woods at Brian's. And so my thought was, Brian has now built this beautiful flower bed, and he has, when his beautiful dog passed away, Rose, he he planted a rose in her memory, because that's what I do when someone passes away or there is some kind of specific special event. I plant something, either a rose, a tree, a flower, something. Hey, Susan. Hi, girl. Oh, Kimberly. And so I'm thinking, no, I can't, Granny. Ella Jean, my thought was to go and spread these ashes in that flower bed out there right before you get to the woods. Because, see, that was what Bobby sat on the porch while he was eating his dinner, and what he would look out over those beautiful woods. And that's what I have thought about doing. And I have asked him about it, and he is okay with it. He said that he would be glad for me to do that. It's what I want. Now, I do have, yeah, I do have, I, I, I have lots of plants here that I planted. And, I've got Bobby's garden. You saw his sign that I made for him, or had made for him. But y'all, this house isn't always going to be in this family. When I die, I don't doubt that Brian will sell this. Why wouldn't he? He would be stupid not to sell it, use the money on his place, and make his place even nicer than it already is. So the logical thing for me to do with the ashes is go put them at Brian's place, because that continues on. That continues on from now on, until he dies. And then I can't, it's out of my hands. But this place, I see no reason to put Bobby's ashes on this property, because it's not going to be in the family forever as Brian's would be. And so I'm thinking of putting them in his that flower bed down there where Rose's rose bush is. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna do that. I've just got, man, I've been looking at that box with those ashes in them. I don't know how they seal that thing. It looks like you'd have to have a, you know, crowbar to get that thing open. Anyway, that's thank you. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I don't need them in this box in my living room anymore. They're sitting over there, and they don't need to be there. They need to be where there's life. And life is in that flower bed with that rose bush and overlooking those woods that he loved to look at so much. He enjoyed that so much. Oh, Ella Jean. See, if we don't have a home place anymore, you know what I mean? Where we were born, or where our parents lived, or where we grew up, that kind of thing. We make a home place for others, like my children. That's gone. I'm not there anymore. This place, I've only had it for a little over 20 years. But it's not a home place. I guess so, Sylvia. I mean, so I will be cremated, absolutely. And I guess Brian can do with whatever he decides to do, but I sort of think that would be a nice thing if my Bobby's ashes were at his home. I think that would be a good thing. I was really thinking about that. We got to think about stuff like that. We can't just look when we pass away, y'all. We got TVs and refrigerators and couches and all that stuff. That's nothing. But if you got your ashes there, that's something. That's putting a burden on somebody else to take care of and to honor and cherish and do something with. You know what I mean? I mean, it's not like a couch. I think so too, Granny. I think so too, and I think that would be nice. He's got a beautiful rose, and y'all, that's going to bloom too. And I want to show y'all that, and then I'll show you where I'm thinking about scattering Bobby's ashes. That's a good idea. I know, Diana, they are beautiful. They are gorgeous, just beautiful tall pines and oak trees. It's gorgeous back there. This was beautiful too back here behind me till that goofball decided to sell them all off, and they bulldozed them all down. What a sad thing. We need the trees for the clean air, don't we? And that is so hilly and such a steep slope that nobody's ever going to. Diana, I have not seen fireflies since I was a little kid. My house where I grew up, we used to go out there and catch fireflies and put them in a jar. But I haven't seen them in years. That's weird. Wonder why. Huh. Wonder if fireflies are a way of telling us that we're ruining the air around here. Okay, Rose. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming today. I hope when you get through with doing your garden, you will put something on your channel about it. Show some pictures. Okay, Rose? Yep. See you Saturday. Thank you for coming in. So, anyway, that's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to wait till Brian's rose. Bye bye, Carol. Thank you so much. There very well may be. Hold on just a second. I hear a car. Nope. No car. I didn't want company. Lightning bugs. Lightning bugs, yeah. Firefly. Huh. I never thought about it, Sylvia. I called them lightning bugs too. But they are fireflies. Yep, Jory, I think so. I think that's what I'm going to do. Put them to where they'd be there more permanently than here. I would hate to scatter them here and then nobody lived here that cared. Do you know what I mean? They need to be where we can have somebody that care that they're there. Are you talking about this? This is a bench that Bobby uh, bought from me, and we had it at around our kitchen table at this big house that we lived in. And so I painted the grapes and this iris. I think that's an iris I planted there on this bench. Let's see if I can show you a little more of it. So see, it's been a long time since I planted that. Well over 20 years since I painted that, for sure. It's not very comfortable, although it does have a cushion on it, but it's really too tall for my table that I've got here that I do my videos on. But oh well. Thank you, Diana. Oh heck yeah, Connie. Let's see, LG the Mighty Warrior so far has caught 9 moles, 9, and 4 snakes. LG gets them, but they're not big. Mine are not very big. Mine are small little guys. But Brian has a pond, and he found a water moccasin in his pond not too long ago. Now he's got goats, and those goats are around that pond, and so Brian has to kill the snakes. Thank you, Paula. I used to do a lot of painting. I've got some videos, a video of when I had a little shop. This little cottage used to be a little shop, and I painted furniture and things like that in my shop and sold them. Hey, Plain Vanilla Granny. Thank you so much. It's good to see you. I was watching a live last night, Plain Vanilla Grandma, and I saw that you were in the audience. I was watching it on my TV, so I can't comment on my TV. Yeah, Diana, I hadn't done that in a couple of years. I need to do that again because I enjoyed that. I painted angel pictures, and then I had a drawing that, and I mailed them to people. I know. I know, Granny. My LG Mighty Warrior is the one that catches the moles. Thanks, Sharon. I need to do that again. Susan was one of my angel winners for sure. I gave 6 away, and then I did another one and gave 6 more away. And I kind of stopped doing that. But I had a lot of folks. Some people won an angel, and I've never seen them again. Never seen them since. So I need to have if I ever give them away again, I need to know if it needs to be a long time subscriber. Diana, it did. It's costly because not just the little canvas of paint, I don't even count that, but then I have to put it in a packet thing with little bubble wrap around them and stuff like that and mail them. And I know that 2 of them, they sent me emails, 2 ladies sent me emails and said there was a big gash across. So apparently somebody used, a box cutter across the top of them, put a big gash in my painting, my little angel painting, and they were, of course, no good. I guess threw them away. But that gets expensive to do stuff like that. So that's a good thought, Gulf Coast Granny. That's a good thought. I could do that. Ha! And just write it down. Write the names down that are in here. I see what you mean. Yep. Good idea. Well, if my eyes will allow me to to do that, I used to, could paint little bitty tiny things and stuff like that, and I haven't done that. Cats. Oh, I need to figure out a good cat to paint. I never was as crazy about cats as I am now. Man, I love my cat. That my little pumpkin head, y'all, I don't even know how to tell you how much joy she has given to me. She can be a little bear, I'm gonna tell you, but last night I woke up during the night and she was laying right beside me. Now, y'all, I can't turn right and I can't turn left, and I never have been able to sleep on my back. Wait just a second. Your brother passed away in February. Your sister in law wants you to take his ashes back to Nova Scotia, and he would not want to be there. Your brother's wife is the one that wants you to do all that, to go to Nova Scotia. Wow, do I have thoughts on that one? She's not asking a lot, is she? Can you isn't there some kind of law about going from country to country with ashes? I guess there's not. I guess not. I don't know. Gosh, Carolyn, that's kind of a big thing to ask of her. Hmm. Oh, good idea, Granny. See, my Bobby has been gone almost 6 years, and I'm just now figuring out what to do with his ashes. Well, I know, Diana. How would you? There may be. Yeah, it is, Granny. Here's the thing I'm thinking. That's your brother. That's your blood kin. It's not her blood kin. Who's in charge of the ashes anyway, her or you? Are you, Cindy? We have a beautiful cemetery not too far from me. Sylvia, it's not legal, but nobody has to know that's what you're doing. It's like sand. All you have to do is get you a little container and put some sand on it in it and do it all at the same time on the beach. You got me? And nobody's going to know. Nobody's going to know. I like that idea too, Becky, but I don't like the cost. It's still it's, you're not just buying the plot. It's still a charge, what they call opening and closing the grave. In other words, digging a hole and then closing it back up. There's still a big charge for that, Becky. So make sure you check that out before you decide to do that, although it may not matter to you. I've had, plain vanilla grandma, I've had too many dogs over the years that are buried here and there and here and there, and it bothers me a heck of a lot. And that's what I mean about a permanent spot for ashes. I like the idea of my Brian's rose garden, but here on my property, I've got my Harley buried here, my beautiful Schnauzer. He was 16 years old when he died, and that killed me. Susan, you're a hoot and a half. Those people constantly arguing with each other. Ah, huh, Paula. That makes sense. See, all right, here's the deal. Maybe, maybe, Becky. I know it's a small hole, but they still are going to charge you for opening up that hole and closing up that hole. Nah, may not be where you are. It is here. Interesting. I haven't seen that. I love Kathy Bates though. she what was it? I'm your number one fan. Yeah, yeah. I hear you. Kimberly. Yep, Misery. I'm your number one fan. Mr. Man. That was she was hilarious in that. She was really good in that movie. I liked her a lot. Kathy Bates. Well, I never thought that it would be such a dilemma on what to do with ashes, but it really is because everybody's got their own likes and dislikes about that. We've got it, it's not just a matter of cost. I know it seems like it ought to be, but it's not. That's not just the matter of cost. It's cheaper, yes, to have someone cremated. But I don't want to be in a cemetery somewhere. I just don't. Nobody. You had to buy a cement box to hold the ashes, Shadow. Is that what you're saying? By the way, hi, Shadow. I didn't know you were here. Glad to see you today. Oh, no, Diana. I agree, Granny. I agree. It's not just the plot, it's the coffin, it's the vault. That's what she's talking about, what Shadow said. It's called a vault. Not here, Connie. Uh, Connie, here there is a crematorium and it's $900. $900. Why don't you consider being cremated in Texas? because it's a lot cheaper than where you are. Granny, you're not going to know it. I'm claustrophobic too, but you're not going to know it. Oh my gosh, Becky, interesting. Oh, LL Jean. You mean even if they're just ashes? I'm assuming your parents maybe had a, coffin and vault. Granny, I know what you're talking about because I feel the same way. Hi, Chris. How are you? Good to see you, and thank you for coming in. We're talking about funerals, cremations. It's not funny, but it is. And well, it is. I think all of us are being cremated. That's in here. Wow, Ella Jane. We never know, do we? When we start out to buy something, we never know what's going to happen years from now. Let me tell you, my father was born in Dallas, Texas. And his first job was digging up coffins in graves because Dallas was putting a brand new freeway where this cemetery was. He made $1 a day, is what he made for a young man out there digging up these graves by hand. They didn't have these big thingies to dig. They had actual grave diggers at that time. They didn't have machines to do it for them. And so every day he and all the other guys that were working there would go out and dig in these hard ground. That ground right in that area was a lot of clay, and it was really difficult. Good, Chris. Good to hear. Um, and that was his first job. Ah, okay, Shadow. But I mean, he was just a kid, $1 a day for digging graves. Yeah, I've watched a movie like that, Kimberly, a long, long time ago, where a woman buried her husband alive and she knew he was alive. And that was pretty awful, I might have got to say. And now, Granny, now you can't even get kids to work for 20 bucks an hour. And there's my daddy working $1 a day. But, things were not as expensive back then as they are now either. This is a weird chat, isn't it, y'all? I don't know where did we get, who started that? Where did we get off on ashes and cremations and burying people? I I think a couple of weeks ago I told the story about my husband's grandmother and dumping all the cards down in the grave, and then the casket wouldn't go down in the ground. Remember that? So see, we don't have to be sad all the time about things or disgusted about all the I miss Jackie too. I don't know where that girl is. I don't know where she is. She's a busy bee. Yep. Yep, Connie, they're channels on YouTube. You can watch them, and there are these. They show these graves, and then right outside the grave is a bell, and the bell had a chain going through it into the actual grave and wrapped around the deceased person's hand in case they wake up. Be my luck, nobody be out in the cemetery. Oh, it is, Susan. Saved by the Bell, y'all. I'll be darned. I did not know that. That makes sense. I bet nobody knows that but us, y'all. Thank you, Susan. Wow, Diana, buried under a tree. When my husband's brother passed away, he was real young. He passed away from a heart attack, just total out of the blue, because he was a golfer and all that kind of stuff. He was very and thin, and strong dude, but he passed away. It was cold and it was winter time. And so it was a long way. Took us a couple of hours from the funeral to the cemetery. Yeah, I watch. There's a Body Farm channel on YouTube, Granny, if you want to see it. So it took a long way to get there. And when we got there, the guys were still trying to dig that hole in frozen ground. And now they were not grave diggers. They had machines. I do, Susan. So we had to go sit in the car, y'all, for I don't know, it took more than an hour till they could get, they started on it early because we had a funeral and then several couple of hours trip to that. And it seemed like it was going to take forever for them to dig the hole in the ground. It was that frozen. When my mother passed away, the day after we had her burial, we didn't have a funeral. We had service, graveside service. And that ground was like, we had a blizzard come through. They put up a tent for us. And I remember everybody, you didn't have to worry about what you were wearing because everybody had on hats and coats. Jean, is she the cook? The one that's the famous cook on YouTube? And her son has taken over her channel now. I mean, taking it up. Okay. Yep. 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 Her son now runs the channel's what I meant. I don't mean taken over as if hijacked. You know what I mean? Wood chips, flower seeds, etc., placed on top of a person who is wrapped in a shroud. Oh, I get you. So that something will grow from it. That's kind of cool. I like it. Huh. She was real popular too, LL Jean. There are lots of older ladies, and I mean older. I don't mean my age. I mean way older that have YouTube channels. And yeah, Carolyn. It's very expensive. I never watched her, Diana. I heard of her, though, and I knew she was much loved by folks, for sure. So she's left a nice legacy behind, hadn't she? Yeah, kinda nice. Well, I like the idea for somebody else. I don't like the idea for me. I want to be cremated. And if Brian's gonna allow that, then that's what I'll do. I have water, in case y'all are wondering. Yeah, I knew her son is in charge of it now. I don't know why I knew it. I don't know why I knew it. I just did. Did it, Diana? Wonder why. It's awfully young, Susan. 18 years old. Good Lord, she just had just begun to live. Ah, well, I don't know why, Diana. That's weird, isn't it? That happened to anybody else? I'm scared to touch anything because if, sure enough, I touch something and everything will go away. Did you click on something that did that happened to me once, long time ago? Just a blink. Oh, good. I do not want to go next door and work, y'all. I don't. I don't want to do it. I think I want to be just a lump on the log and yeah, burials, cremating, natural burials. Huh. Well, welcome back, Diane. You weren't gone long at all, were you? And I know, do you know that's the thing about this channel? We cover a variety of subjects. Some welcome, some not welcome. Some fun, some not fun. I'm thinking about that too, Diana. I'm thinking about putting on my pajamas and getting in my recliner and watching movies, old movies. Like maybe Joan Crawford or Betty Davis, those kind of movies. When movie stars were really movie stars. Yeah, I'm thinking of doing that. I made spaghetti yesterday. Y'all, it was the first time I've had spaghetti in years. And I made a huge batch of spaghetti. And I ate nearly all of it, y'all. I've got enough for today, but man, it was good. Probably because I hadn't had it in a long time, but man, it was so good. And don't have any Parmesan, so didn't get that. And I don't buy bread, so I can't have garlic bread, which I love with spaghetti. I got all the stuff and had to. Grace, afraid of fire. I get you, Grace, but honey, you won't know about it anyway. But yeah, I got you. Well, Grace, I hope and pray that day doesn't come for you for a long, long, long time, because you are a joy. We should all live as long as the Queen, don't you think? And boy, listen, for somebody, wasn't she 96, y'all, when she died? Man, she was still sharp as a tack as far as thinking goes, and had a great sense of humor. She moved a little slower, but Diane, yeah, me too. I'm claustrophobic. I'm afraid of fire. God, what's that going to happen to me? Yeah, Connie, I love bread, and I love cheesecake. I think so too, Granny. She was. Thank you very much, Shadow. That's very nice of you. Oh, really, Becky? I like mine with a whole bunch of onions in it, and I also put a can of Rotel chilies, uh, tomatoes and chilies in it. Green chilies. Oh, y'all are sweet. I know sometimes. Your mom had a good sense of humor, little Jean. I see the little. Probably so, Diana. I tell you what, I can't even think in my head, not aloud, that it doesn't pop up on TV or something. I'm wondering where all these spies are coming from. I'm telling you. The only ads I hate that YouTube has constantly are Social Security, wanting to sell us. Um, well, there are funeral ads already. I have been seeing them now. Now that I think about it, there's a guy who goes, "Hi, I'm Jerry." Who cares what his name is? How stupid is that? That's Texas spaghetti. That's right. Um, but it's for a Social Security supplemental plan. Yep, that's it. Ella Jane, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. It's constant, constant. And it's because somehow YouTube knows how old we are. But those ads go on and on and on. And it started out several years ago. Funeral expenses are at least $7,000. And now it's funeral expenses are at least now $10,000. At least they're updating it as they go. But good grief. How dare them? I hate those Social Security commercials. Thank you, Carolyn. I I have had long hair the majority of my life. It's only about, I don't know, 4 or 5 times that I got it cut off to where I look like a guy. But I I was watching a YouTube channel not too long ago, and the woman said after a woman reaches the age of 60, she should not have hair longer than your chin. And I want to know who made that rule. Well, Grace, I hope you do. Spanish and Mandarin Chinese. What, Mandy, about hair? I just, thank you so much, Kimberly. You're a sweetheart. Yeah, Mindy. Who made that rule? Why? Why can't you? I had an aunt, y'all, that worked at Neiman Marcus. She was she was a seamstress for Neiman Marcus. And she had hair down to her rear end. I'm not kidding. But every single morning she would braid that hair and then wrap it in a great big bun in the back of her head. But her hair was all, she could almost sit on it. And I have had long hair the majority of my life. And I don't know who made the rule that you can, suddenly when you get 60 years old, you're supposed to cut your hair off. And I think maybe she said it because, pardon me for saying, her hair was very, very thin. And probably she could not grow long hair. And that must be the reason she said that. Dangling earrings. I don't know about pulling the face down. I know that if you wear them all the time and they're very heavy, they will stretch your earlobe out to chin length. Oh, sorry, I snorted. I snorted. Anyway, yeah, they will. It will stretch your earlobe out. So I don't wear dangling earrings, but I'd have some. I have a lot of them. Sorry. I kind of do what I want in the fashion department too, dear. Oh, I got you. I mean, yeah. Oh, Ella Jean. I've got a lot of dangling earrings, but I just, and I like them. I do. They remember when they used to call them chandeliers, and they were so long they were so long that they would hit your shoulders. I guess next time I have a live, I'll wear some dangling earrings. Just to, if anything else, just to show people that I am not going by their rule. Y'all, we are here at 1 hour and 50 minutes. The last chat we had, we went over 2 hours. We talked about a lot of stuff. Chandeliers. No, Granny. Nope. Listen to me, Granny. No. I thought that too. And I've heard that all my life. Oh, the holes close up. Okay, listen. I couldn't get my earrings in. and I worked at it and worked at it. It was hurting so bad. Granny, I went to a tattoo place where they also do piercings because I intended to have it pierced again. The lady that came out was the cutest thing I ever saw in my life. She had on a corset, one of those black corsets that lace up the back. And she had this little tutu on, and she had a what do you call those stockings? Fish, something stockings. You know what I'm talking about, y'all. Which cat, Chris? I have 10. Anyway, here's what she told me. No, ma'am, she said, holes do not close up in your ears. You think they do, but they don't. Once you get a hole in your ear, yes, ma'am, LL Jean, thank you. You got that hole for life. Here's what you do. You take a wet washcloth, as hot as you can stand that wet washcloth, and you take and massage your ear front and back with a wet washcloth. You keep doing that until the washcloth is no longer hot. Okay? Then take your earring and it'll pop right in. The reason is it's not skin that closes up the hole. It is it's dry skin flakes, it's soap, and it's shampoo. Try it, Granny. I want you to try it today, and then you tell me next week. Because from now on, like this morning, I was having trouble getting this earring in. I got my wet washcloth and massaged it a little bit, and it went right in. I have a lot of jewelry back from then. I've got my mother's jewelry from the 30s and the 40s and the 50s. And I can't find that thing to save my life. It's in a huge box. Brooches, earrings, bracelets. It's here. I just can't find it. Yep, Granny. They don't close up. They don't grow over. Once it's a hole, it's a hole. Hey, good, Connie. Y'all do it. Now remember, take your washcloth, very, very hot water. Very, very. And massage the heck out of the front and back like this. Just keep working at it. If it doesn't work the first try, it's because it's been a long, long time since you have put earrings in your ears. Try it again. If it doesn't work that day, try it again on the next day. But it will eventually do it. And I was like, I said, golly, how'd you know how to do that? She said, I learned it at church. Now, there she was. She's a tattoo girl. She had tattoos, all sleeves, all the way down to her hands, sleeves of tattoos. And this lady at church told her that's what you have to do. That it never grows back together. The hole doesn't. So, Chris, which cat are you talking about? My Little Pumpkinhead, or LG the Mighty Warrior, or Ginger, or Mama or Mamacita? Oh, nice, Diana. LG the Mighty Warrior. Yeah, I went out there this morning. He was sitting there waiting on me to come out and bring his breakfast to him. He's doing great. He's getting to be a big boy. I love him so much. Yeah, just get it as hot as you can stand, hot as your fingers can stand, okay? Yep. Fishnet stocking, Shadow. And high heels, big old high, like spike heels. I know, Blue Rose. Think you've got slothed off skin in there, which is what pimples are anyway. It's dead skin. and built up shampoo and conditioner. We don't think of it, when we're washing our hair in the shower, for instance, we don't think that there's something going in those holes. I used to wear heels to work all the time, Mindy. I don't wear them anymore. The last time I wore my heels, I had these beautiful heels. They were black patent and they had gray suede. No, not suede. Yeah, I guess suede. Gray suede. Anyway, I had to go to my children's grandmother's funeral, and it came a downpour. Oh, goodness gracious. It rained. The heavens opened up and cried. And the water was up to my ankles. And I should have taken off my shoes and held them and not let them be in that water, but I didn't. And now they're ruined. That black patent has these blotches on them. So they're ruined, and they were my favorite shoes in the whole world. My most beautiful shoes. I never bought a Croc, Granny. Never did. I'm not good at shoes that you slip on and flip flops. I'm not good at wearing shoes like that. I don't know why. I'm just not. I don't. Y'all, I'm gonna tell you something stupid. I remember back when I was in elementary school, and there was this boy that I liked a whole lot. His name was Eddie. Eddie was his name. Eddie Morrow, if you're listening, I loved you. Anyway, we were sitting, all my friends and I were sitting outside, and we had sand that we used to, sit and talk. And we had our shoes off. And Eddie came walking over toward me, and I thought, oh my God, he's going to speak to me. And I was embarrassed, and I took my feet and I shoved them up under the sand so he couldn't see my toes. Is that stupid or what? I mean, I did that. I was so embarrassed because I didn't want Eddie to see my toes. I'm sorry. Anyway, Eddie, I loved you. I just wanted you to know. Eddie Morrow is his name. Oh my gosh, I hadn't thought of him in years and years. Oh, that made me cry. Anyway, the reason I said that is because I happen to think that feet are not attractive. They are not. Toes are not attractive. I don't care. Ed, you had an Eddie too. He kissed you on the cheek in the 4th grade. Michael J. Fox, God love him. Michael J. Fox, isn't he the one that has, I'm trying to think what he's got, y'all. Hey, Debbie. I didn't know you were in here, my dear. Debbie and Dexter Dog, the handsome, adorable dog that lives in California. Yes, Parkinson's. Yeah, Connie. I like mules. I do. I like mules. I've got quite a few of them. Ella Jean, yes. Michael J. Fox has Parkinson's, and bless his heart, he named Ozzy. Eddie was my first love. But y'all, I'm going to tell you something. When I was in junior high, we had this dance, and it was in a community center. And there was this boy, and I loved him since I was old enough to love somebody. He wanted to marry you in the 3rd grade. That's cute. That's so cute. His name was Billy. Oh my gosh, I love Billy. I didn't think he knew I was alive, y'all. He didn't know I was alive. Anyway, we went to this dance, and all the boys sat on one side of this room, and all the girls sat on the other side. And so the first song, the guys get up and they go and they will dance with somebody. Well, y'all, my sister came down from Dallas, and she helped me get dressed, and she did my makeup, and she did my hair, and I wore this outfit that belonged to her and some high heel shoes. And I wore that in there, and I was sitting in my chair, and all of a sudden Billy Ray came and he asked me to dance. Well, I thought I'd died and gone to heaven. I swear, I absolutely loved him. Now, that didn't work out, obviously. We went our separate ways, but I have loved him over 60 years. Now, it's not the same kind of love that I had for my husband. There's different loves, you know that? You know that. The love I had for my husband was romantic love, and the kind where you would die for them. But the love I had for Billy, it wasn't romantic. It was more like he was the brother I always wished I had. And he still lives in this town. I haven't seen him for a long time. The last time I saw him was at a high school reunion, and I think I acted like an idiot, but they had wine. That's the one where I got out. Bobby and I got out on the dance floor, and we were the only ones. Billy Ray. I know, Billy Ray. I loved you, boy. I loved you. I got out on the dance floor, and I think it was my 50th reunion. Maybe not. Anyway, here it is. We were the only ones dancing. There was a crowd full of people, and we were out on the dance floor. Well, what are people going to watch when they're sitting around way back here in these tables? They're going to watch whoever's on the dance floor, right? Because that's the only body moving, the only thing moving. And Bobby and I love to dance. Oh, gosh, we love to dance. I got out there, and I was going, and I had this long dress, yada, yada, yada. And my slip fell down. I was having one of these half slips, so you couldn't see through my dress. Slip fell down around my ankles. I picked that sucker up, wadded it up in my head, and just kept dancing. I know everybody saw me. I know they did. There wasn't anything else to look at. They had to see me. But I left them with something to talk about, and I'm glad of it. So I made their night, I guess. Jimmy Beaver. Oh, you run across him ever so often, Blue Rose Remlins. How sweet is that? Yeah, Connie, I usually act like a fool no matter where I go. Shadow, a pilot told you had sexy toes? Oh my gosh, I've never thought about toes being sexy. I don't care if you paint them. I never thought a foot was something exciting or especially not sexy, but I guess it could be. Liz, hey girl. Yeah, my slip fell off. I mean, what was I gonna do? I knew everybody was watching me. What should I do? So you just pick it up and keep going like it doesn't bother you in the least. It bothered the heck out of me, to tell you the truth, but I didn't let them know it. Anyway, I'm gonna tell you something else now, y'all. Now you know why I only drink 2 margaritas every year, right? I bet so, Ella Jean. Ooh, yeah. Blue Rose. Oh, Lord. Oh, gosh, Diana. That bothers me. Okay, so here's the story I'm going to tell you. The last time I had too much wine, we went to Bobby's reunion. I don't know which one it was, but now these people were all about 9 to 10 years older than me, right? Okay, so they were serving wine, and I drank some wine. And I don't like wine, y'all. I really don't, and I haven't had wine since. So I decided to go outside and I'm going to sit down on the curb and get some air. And I sat down on a curb. And right across from me was another guy, and he was sitting on a curb. And I sat there and he started talking to me and I'm talking to him. And the next thing you know, I'm going, I fell off the curb in a sitting position. You think about that. I have never had wine since. Fell off the curb from a sitting position. So that's the end of my wine drinking days. Never anymore. I only have 2 margaritas twice a year. And that's it. No more wine for me. I tell you what he did. He jumped up. Are you okay? And he comes running over there. And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. No more wine for me. I know. I love those frozen strawberry margaritas, though, Diana. I got to have them. I want one now, but no wine. I used to tell Bobby I won't drink wine because it stains my chin. So he's all right. No wine for you, if that's the way you feel about it. So I never went to another one of his reunions either. Maybe he didn't want me to. I don't know. Life's fun sometimes, isn't it? If you think about all the stupid things you ever did, if you will admit it to yourself and to others. Oh, Mindy, all dressed up in the tux. Wine stains your reputation. Me too, Diana. Me too. Oh, yeah, Mindy. Okay, LL Jean, it's good to see you. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. Y'all, I think it's about time we close down this little fun party we had here, talking about all kinds of crazy things. But it's been fun, and I appreciate you all so much for coming in. And I hope to see you again next Saturday. I will be here. I hope you are too. Y'all have a great day. Everybody, be safe. Do something good for yourself. And laugh. I'm glad you came, Connie. I'm glad you all came. Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye bye, Blue Rose. Y'all are so sweet. Thank you, Paula. Thank you, everybody. Y'all have just made my day. Bye. Bye, Diane. Thank you again. Bye, Susan. Thank you, Becky. Hi. Bye bye. See you soon. Prayers for Texas. Thank you very much, my dear. Thank you very much.